Hey guys, back with another era video. As you probably read by the title, today I am going to be going through my opinion. Hey, note that it's my opinion of the best classes in Era of Legends right now. If you guys are new to the game, you want to start playing, hopefully this will help you guys out. If you're already playing, I also hope this will help you out. Maybe you can learn more about the different classes and so on. I'm going to go through all of the classes, and then we're going to get to which classes are the best ones to play if you're new, which classes are the most needed, which classes are the best one to level up, and so on. So let's start with my favorite class in all games, the warrior. So it kind of gives you like a small descriptions of what it is. It says the melee class, obviously it's close range, especially high defense and HP, and difficulty 2. So I don't understand the difficulty thingies. I guess it's the difficulty of playing the class, but overall, if you play a class, you will get used to it, learn playing it. Now, with the warrior, here the most important role the warrior has in this game is tanking. Alright, you can go DPS spec with it, but mostly you're going to be using this class for tanking. Unless you're going to be doing PvP, then it has a really nice secondary. So basically, all classes have 3 different talents. So the warrior has a tank talent, it has a PvP talent where it has a lot of stunts and a lot of control, a lot of CC, and then it has a DPS talent. Rarely I've seen a warrior use the DPS talent, unless you're like super geared, spend a lot of money into this game. You probably can rock off with the DPS talent, but if you wanna go DPS, that's your main role, do not choose the warrior. It's mainly used for tanking. Now it has a lot of good single target tanking skills. It also has ways to take aggro of AoE mobs and stuff, but mostly is really good for single target tanking. Also very good for PvP. I love using the warrior for PvP, because here's the thing, is the warrior, that's the class I have the most experience with. The other I have so what kind of experience with. The warrior is my main class, so that's my so I can tell you guys most about the warriors. If you guys have any questions about the warriors, just ask me below in the comments. But for PvP, the stun spec is really nice. The tank is really good. And yeah, let's go to the next one. Let's talk about. I want to talk about both of them at the same time. So we have 2 healers in this game. So this game rocks the Holy Trinity, whatever you want to call it, the tank, healer, DPS setup. You need a healer. You need a healer for dungeons. You need a healer for raids. You probably most likely need a healer for PvP, unless you're running a nice coordination. This game has a lot of large-scale PvPs where you definitely need healers for like battlefields or guild siege and so on. So we have 2 type of healers. Now, in my opinion, okay? In my opinion, the shaman is a better healer. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. It has a lot of AoE heals. It's very AoE heal based. Now, when you have big teams of 10 for raids, 10s of battlefield, and so on, even the dungeons, you will need an AoE heal. You need somebody to AoE heal. Because I'm gonna be real with you guys, a lot of players in this game, they do not dodge red. They start taking a lot of damage. That way, it's nice to have a shaman healing. It gives group healing. It gives buffs. Range. It has nice range. And this class is very needed. Like a lot of the higher up raids, you need an AoE healer. Some even require an AoE healer. And there's a big shortage of shaman healers. Shaman is shaman. I don't know. Shaman, bro. Whatever. Okay, I don't care. But it's a big need for shaman healers. Now, here's the bad thing about it, okay? I'm not saying the priest is bad. Priest is really good, okay? Priest has an insane DPS spec. Shadow Priest. Very good for DPSing if there's too many healers around. Very not good single target healing. He also has some AoE healing skills. It's good for PvP too, because it can put like remove control effects. Very nice. And now the good thing, here's the thing, okay, why people in my opinion, this is why I think most people choose priest. Now the priest looks very good. The Shaman does not look very good. It's not very attractive to play. That's a big down with this game, is that you cannot choose what race you want to be. I think that kind of turns people off on a lot of these classes. So that's kind of unfortunate. But if you're new, you want to play this game, you like to heal, you like to be a support, I will definitely advise you guys to choose Shaman. You'll find groups way easier. It's way easier. I feel like it's more needed AoE heals wise. Definitely, if you're going for the healing, I would advise you Shaman. If you want to be a little bit DPS, a little bit to heal, you know, go for the Priest. He has a very nice Shadow Priest DPS spec. Definitely tell you to go for the Priest then. But in my opinion, Shaman is more needed. So you guys will have an easier time finding groups as a Shaman healer. Of course, you want to learn your class. I cannot teach you how to learn your class. Unfortunately, I'm not a Shaman myself. But you guys get used to it, okay? The best thing, guys, I'm going to tell you guys, the best thing to get help in this game, to learn about your class and so on, ask the top gear score people. I know a lot of those spend a lot of money. They probably have, but most of them usually have a clue. Well, usually when you spend a lot of money in the game, you want to put in time to learn about your class. So if there's somebody out there helpful, they'll message you back, tell you what spec they run and so on. If you're in a guild, ask the highest gear Shaman or Priest there. They will help you out. Same goes with the DPS. If you're a Ranger, Tank, whatever, ask them, what gems do you use? What should I use? What spec should I run? Why do you run this spec? Ask them, man. They will help you out. You'll become a better player that way. Now let's move out to the DPS. As you can see, we have how many? Now we have one more tank. I forgot, dude. I should have talked about this in the start. The Druid, man. The Druid is a very also another melee class, and he's also a tank. Okay, mostly used as a tank. Also very good DPS. A lot of CC, man. I really like. I wish I kind of had chosen a Druid when I started to play. So it has different forms. You can turn into a bear and tank, like a boss, man. So it has very nice spells. He has pull spells. He can pull players. He can pull mobs and so on. If you have a lot of mobs running around, you can just pull everything to him. Very good. A lot of CC for PvP. Very tanky. Overall, a very good class in my opinion for tanking. If you guys want to choose a tank, very nice. Also, DPS spec is good. You can do a nice amount of damage as a DPS. But again, you want to choose it mainly for tanking. If you want to tank, very needed. Tanks are very needed in this game. So, in my opinion, the difficulty, apparently this is the most difficult class to play. I haven't played it myself, but again, the difficulty is just, you should kind of look away from it, because you will learn the class eventually and you'll become a very good Druid. Again, just ask the better players and they will tell you. But the two tanks is the Warrior and the Druid. Also, the Druid looks cooler. Man, this one looks like a cow. I'm sorry, okay? The Druid looks a little cooler. You can turn into a bear. If you don't like going around playing like a bear, then of course change the Warrior. But it's a very nice tank class, okay? Now, let's go to the DPS. And that doesn't mean that the Warrior tank is not bad. I did all the content free to play. As a free to play player, I did all the content everybody else did in the game. So, and I tanked it completely fine. It depends a lot on your gear, of course, but it's up to you. Again, just my explanation. Like, but if I would rank, I would kind of put like a Druid. Like, this is the tank. This is the Druid. I'll put him like the Druid right above the tank. All right. Same with the Shaman and the Priest. I'll put the Shaman right above the Heal Priest. Okay. Even though the Priest has a very nice DPS spec. Now let's go to the DPS. We have an Archer. We have Witch. We have Assassin. And we have a Mage. Alright, we got a lot of good DPS classes here. Now, I'm gonna start with my least favorite class, okay? The least favorite. It's gonna be the Assassin. It's very good, high, like single target DPS, staying on the boss, very good. Here's the problem. A lot of bosses in dungeons in this game needs the melees to run. The boss probably moves hard for melee to put in some damage, but if they can output a lot of DPS. However, some of the raids are really nice. They kind of make up for. What do you mean account creation? I'm trying to make a video here. Why are you blocking me? Let's keep talking about the Assassin though. A lot of bosses in this game make it really nice for assassins to like melee DPS to like do damage. it can be very melee friendly, but some bosses require you to move a lot. Also, sometimes they can mess up, they can take aggro of some mobs that spawn under the boss, take damage and die. But very good PvP class, super good for PvP, a lot of stuns, you got sneak, you can sneak up on the enemy, very nice overall for PvP, super good. PvE, you already know my opinion, but PvP, if you're super PvP focused, you want to play DPS, highly recommend you an assassin, okay? Now, let's go to the archer. Alright, archer, he got the range, alright? Super good single target DPS, mainly single target DPS, not much AoE. The archers you already know, in most games the archer, they got the mobility, they got the range. It's really straightforward, they have a wolf helping out, they summon a wolf to attack. Got nice movement, they got speed buff skill for PvP if they get chased. Overall, good single target DPS class. Usually I haven't seen too many archers on top of the DPS charts. But it's a good class. If you played archers from other game, recommend you guys to try out archer. Now, we go to mage. Mage is also very good class, have a high AoE damage. Very good, does a lot of DPS if played right. I have not much experience of it from a PvP, but they do have shields. And so if they take damage, they can block it with the shield and so on. It's overall, you know, mage, you already know, straightforward, range class, magic damage, good AoE, again. I would say it usually does same or more, this is my opinion, you guys play on different servers, you probably see different DPS, depending on who you're with, but usually, if they're same geared, they usually do same or more damage than the ranger in dungeons. Now, witch, save the best for last, guys. Why is she the best class? Now, the witch, okay, it doesn't say much here, but as you can see here, it does debuffs, it summons, it can do a lot of things, man. I love the witch. My favorite class to run dungeon and raids with was just have 7 witches in my team for raids or dungeons, just get as much witches as I can. Now, why is they have insane AoE damage, okay? Insane. The debuffs and stuff they put on it, it's insane. They also have a switch, so it changes a form, so she changed to a sexy devil or whatever. Very good, man. Very good looking, very cool skill. Also has a very strong single target DPS. Every time, you guys probably see my videos, man. I usually ran with Kudos, very strong witch. Usually, every time I ran with witches, they did a lot of damage, man. A lot of damage. Even on single target bosses, a lot of damage. They were usually top of the DPS charge. Might get nerfed in the future, but right now, man, they do insane amount of single target DPS. They do insane amount of AoE DPS. And they're cool. They also have a skill where they can gather mobs together for you. And it's like, overall, it's just a very good DPS class, alright? Very good. Difficulty seems to have 4 stars. I have no idea what that means because I've never played Witch myself, and Witch is a tricky to play, so I would definitely recommend it. If you do decide to play Witch, ask witches, man. You see top witches in the game, ask them, man. Be like, yo, can you help me out with my spec? You know, I'm not, because there were witches, there was some witch, there was a couple witches I played with, they did almost no damage. Like, their spec was completely wrong. They were doing something wrong, so you want to make sure you're doing your spec correctly. Overall, my opinion is all classes are somewhat very balanced in this game. It's very good. It's very hard to find a game where there's balance. But again, if I had to choose a DPS, I would choose a witch. If I would choose a healer, I would choose a shaman or whatever you want to call it. If I would choose a tank, I would choose a druid. Even though I'm a warrior by heart, I would choose a druid. Because there are some bosses where it requires a druid sometimes. But warriors, it hasn't been the bosses where it'd be like you need warriors. No, never like that. Usually there are bosses where you need a druid. There's bosses do you need a shaman. I never heard anybody say we need only priests for this. Never. I've heard people say we need shamans for this. We need this. We need druids for this. Never been at something called we need priests for this. We need warrior for this. So usually a raid consists of 2 to 3 healers. All right, that's what a raid usually consists of. So It's not like if you're a healer, there'd be another healer taking your spot. You usually have more healers in a group. So a party, a raid party, will usually consist of 1 to 2 tanks, 2 to 3 healers, and the rest DPS. Again, melee DPS can be good if used right, but if you want to be a ranged DPS, I would highly advise you to go witch. I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope I gave you some input. I play the game. I've done all the raid content possible in this game. I've done some PvP. I didn't know too much, but I've done some PvP. I have somewhat an idea what I'm talking about. If you guys have some questions, if you guys have better ideas, be like, no, Spid, this is better, this is better. Tell me in the comments below. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments below, guys. I hope this was helpful. If you're a new player or old player, existing player, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.